So today is April 7th, Good Friday, the perfect day to release a beautiful gospel album. And wouldn't you know it, LaTocha Scott's album titled The Invitation is supposed to be released today via Motown Gospel / Capital CMG in partnership with LaTosha's Made Girl Music label. She first debuted her single from the album Stay With Me back in March when she first appeared on the reality TV series The Queens of R&B. In my opinion, I thought the video was shot beautifully, and I really genuinely liked the song. I don't think there is any denying LaTocha Scott's talent. She is a beautiful singer. If you haven't had a chance to hear her music, I'd encourage anyone to at least check out the song. And for all we know, the original plan she probably hatched with her husband was to use the reality show for exposure, get her name back out there, get people talking, go on several interviews, then ditch the group Escape and plug her own solo album as soon as the show wrapped. Because according to LaTocha Scott, who went behind her group members' backs to solidify her record deal with Motown, it was time for her to finally start speaking her truth.
Like, why now and why solo?
Well, when you've been part of a group, it's very hard to speak your truth because that may not be what another girl is going through. So now it's my time to be able to speak my truth and say the things that's been on my heart.
But from the moment the Queens of R&B premiered, as we have all bore witness to, that plan or that dream LaTocha likely had has turned into nothing but a nightmare.
You stole my money. Mama didn't say nothing. You and Rocky stole my money. Mama didn't say nothing.
The other question, just how long did you film this?
3.5 months of hell.
Yeah. We had to deal with our own stuff as a group. Then we had these two groups with egos involved and trying to work out simple things, just like who's going to start the show, who's going to end the show, who's going to do this, who's going to do that.
I don't agree that SWV came in with any ego. I thought their idea to co-headline the show was perfectly reasonable, and trying to fight to headline the show was just Escape adding unnecessary drama. But once audiences saw LaTocha Scott get accused of stealing from her own sister, social media really lit up. Coming down so hard on LaTocha, she almost immediately had to go on the offensive to try and clear her name, going on lives, going on interviews, but her pleas did little to deter angry viewers, and no one could have predicted the can of worms this reality TV show would open up, which has now possibly ruined LaTocha Scott's career in the process. Let's talk about it. But before we get into the video, do me a favor and hit that like button if you enjoy the content. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button and be sure to click the notification bell for updates. Thank you. So first, let me just give my totally biased opinion that I am so Team SWV. I felt like they came into this project with such the right attitude. They were so mature and so focused on coming in and doing the work and leaving all the other stuff at the door.
This stage in our career, SWV probably do between 50 and 100 shows a year.
We go everywhere from US, Asia, Australia, South Africa. They don't speak English, but they know our songs. It's such a huge blessing.
But does that translate into good reality TV though? Now, on the other hand, Escape immediately came in with the drama, which kind of makes sense in looking back at the start of the show. Tiny and Candy are reality TV pros who know how to entertain an audience and give good ratings. And realistically, if SWV had done things their way, the show may not have really taken off the way that it did. But then none of that mattered because it soon just became the LaTocha show, with her not really treating the project or her group members with the respect that they deserve. Like in this scene where she didn't even bother to show up for rehearsal. And again, when she couldn't go on social media to convince her audience she didn't steal from her sister, Tamika put the final nail in the coffin by coming with those receipts.
Now, everything that Miss Diane did was changed by my sister, Latasha Scott. That will give you evidence. Now, the misconception is the $30,000, it wasn't one check, it was multiple checks. It wasn't just one.
I know I was convinced they stole her money, guys. And that was so sad.
Tamika, I'm tired, Mama. I'm tired. If you so tired, I'm tired. You should have came and Mama, I've been talking to you about it. You know they stole my money. Ain't nobody stole my money. You know they did. You know they did. You said acting like you don't
But
know.
what choice did Tamika have in all this? Continue to keep quiet and let things slide? Continue to sweep things under the rug? Or seize the opportunity to bring the truth to light once and for all? Because what they did to her was just wrong, plain and simple.
Tamika, if you can sleep at night, and I can sleep at night, yes, if he in my business, he taking money from me and my family, but if I can sleep at night. Ain't nobody taking money from you.
But Tamika Scott was not the only person wronged by both Latasha and her husband.
There's a lot of stuff that we found out that was just not right. Yeah. Your husband, he's been dealing with a promoter. He's been getting a kickback.
I don't know how Latasha can even face her group members at this point. The lies can no longer continue. Her credibility is shot to hell, and allegedly one of her husband's mistresses gave an interview to Tasha K yesterday. I mean, there just seems to be no end to the scandals. I simply don't see any way for Latasha to come back from all of this. But with the years of mistreating her fellow members of Escape, mistreating her sister, and stealing royalties, it's as if her day of reckoning has not only come, but come in the most painful and humiliating of ways, which is why I can't feel sorry for her if she has indeed done all of these awful things. And I say if because I am not judge and jury, but I do have my opinion. And the collateral damage has been her own flesh and blood sister who still craves love and support from a family that has betrayed her. Honestly, when I saw how Tamika hugged her sister in this scene, I got so emotional. My heart truly goes out to her.
I'm always going to love my sister. I'm always going to be here for my sister. I would never want anything to happen to either one of us, and we couldn't get it together as sisters.
Because we will all move on to the next thing while Tamika has to try and figure out the next phase of her life and pick up the pieces. But let me know what you all think. Have you guys been keeping up with the show at all? Do you think Latasha Scott and her husband deserve all the negative feedback they've been getting? Do you think there is any way for Latasha to redeem herself? And do you plan on listening to her music? Drop down in the comments and let me know your thoughts. I would love to get your take on everything. And of course, if you've made it all the way to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. Please go ahead and hit that like button and be sure to hit that subscribe button. Your support of the channel is immensely appreciated. Thank you.